Okay, and I think that means it's going.
Okay.
What's your question?
After we did the
Yes, ma'am. All right, so far in this chapter, we're talking about linear equations. And we've written the linear equation in different forms. The first form we dealt with was the slope-intercept. Who can tell me what the slope-intercept form looks like? Which should be on your notes.
Y equals mx plus b.
All right. And if I use this, I need the slope and the y-intercept. All right, then the other day, we talked about standard form. And what is standard form? What's standard form look like?
ax plus by equals c.
We don't use this one very often. This is usually a last resort, or if we use this one when we're going to graph using the intercepts because it's easier. Okay? Today we're going to talk about another method that is fairly easy, and that's not the right one. Here we go. It's called the point-slope form. This is the form, and you got to keep track about what each of those letters deal with. The point is the x1, y1, and the slope is the m. So in the final answer, the x and y will be part of your answer. So if you look at this particular problem, what's the slope of this piece? What's the slope?
3.
Because it's the number times that x quantity. So here is the 3. What is the ordered pair? Now here you gotta be careful. First of all, x comes first, right? And x is in this quantity,
Should be.
but the sign here is negative, so what does this one have to be?
Negative.
So it has to be a -5. Since the formula has a negative, if you don't have a negative, you have to give me the opposite. So this is like saying x minus a -5. All right, what will the y value be? The y value. Find y. What's the number subtracted from it?
6.
6. All right, before we go on, I want you to copy this line and this line, and then we're going to practice a couple more, okay? And just leave it running.
Okay.
You don't need to run it. So you need to copy those top 2 lines. Now, I want you to be looking at these 3, and I want to know the 2 things, because this is what you're going to do in homework. You're going to tell me the slope and the ordered pair. Okay? Just the top 2 pieces, okay, right? You don't need the other. Don't write. You don't need to erase. Look over here. So, in this problem right here, what will be the slope?
A half.
A half, right? Because it is times the x quadrant, the x parentheses. Now, what about the ordered pairs?
No, it's 3, 8.
Okay, see, the negative is part of the formula. If you look at the formula, and that's why I wanted to write it like here. If these two pieces right here are exactly the same, that tells me that x1 is 3. So what will y1 be?
8.
Because again, the negatives are here, so you just basically drop them out. All right, on this one over here, what will be the slope?
Maybe 3%.
Okay, is there any questions about finding the slope? Because the slope is the easy part. All right, Carter, what's the x-coordinate going to be?
2.
And Ashton, what's the y going to be? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Because it's basically the opposite. All right, down here, right, what's the, can you see this? What's the slope? 2/7. All right. And can you tell me the x-coordinate? No, see, the x-coordinate, you go to the quantity that has x in it. And that's the opposite of this guy. And then this one would be a -11. Okay? So, in the homework, they're going to ask you two things. They're going to ask you to find the slope of the point, then they're going to ask you to graph from there. Okay? So we'll do that in a minute. All right, let's slide over here. Okay, Miranda, are you with me again?
Yeah.
They're going to give you a point and a slope, and they want you to write it in point-slope form. So this is one of those forms that you have to have memorized. And if you have to have something memorized, what do I expect you to do? So I expect you to write the form down each and every time. So every time you start, you write this formula. This is used in every level of math, clear through calculus. In fact, the seniors were just getting, they had to write the equation of a line. They have to start with the point slope. So it's something that's used all the time. Now, this is x1, this is y1. All right? So I'm just going to write in some of this, and now I'm going to change colors. So what is y1?
4.
What is the slope?
3.
3.
And what is x1?
4.
Now, there's only one, your answer, this is your answer except for one thing. One thing you're never allowed to have is right here,
Double negatives.
double negatives. So your final answer is y plus 4 equals 3 times x minus 4. This is the equation of a line in the point-slope form. It's the easiest one to do. You don't dp, you don't do anything with it. This is their answer right here. Now, they're going to ask you to take that and then rewrite it in the slope-intercept form. Well, you remember what the slope-intercept form looked like, right? Because it looked like y equals mx plus b. So, we're going to take our little equation we have right here, and the first thing I need to do is dp. So what will I get when I dp?
Yeah, x minus 12.
Now I need to get y alone, so